landslide win of Arvind Kejriwal in recent Delhi election. Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal managed the cast to spell on Delhi peoples. How you manage to win the election?
Okay. So firstly, I must clarify that I am not the official spokesperson of Aam Aadmi Party. I am a supporter and a pretty little volunteer. Okay. Look, before we get into this, you got to understand, Aam Aadmi Party is not just a political party. AAP is a phenomena. Okay. Now, what is the impact of this phenomena? I come from IT industry, so I know there are several organizations which are very, very big organizations. And what we talk about those organizations is that there's a lot of politics in that organization. Okay. So when we say use the word politics, what exactly we mean? We mean there are people who play dirty tricks. So till date, we have been associating the word politics with dirty tricks. AAP as a phenomena has changed the connotations attached to the word politics. Now we don't use the word dirty tricks with politics because we have shown that politics can be done in a much, much cleaner and ethical ways. So that's the phenomena. Now how did we do it? Well, of course, the cooperation was there of every Aam Aadmi or common man of the country, not just the state of Delhi. Because the volunteers who came to canvass here, they came from almost all parts of the country. I myself worked with lots of volunteers who came from Maharashtra. Now, understand the challenge we had at our hands. We had no money. We had no muscle power. We had no power of liquor. We have no dynasties attached with us. Now we have to connect with the people. We have to tell people that we are there to work for them and to work with them. So, one was that we had a very, very strong volunteer base. But what that volunteer base brought to us, it not only brought the feet on the ground, but it also brought lots and lots of minds. Lots and lots of educated people who work together to create the idea of Aam Aadmi Party and how we are going to take the messaging across to the electorate. Now, since I am from technology side, so I will just give you a brief on the technology. So, I think so. Aam Aadmi Party was the first party which, in last elections, in elections of 2013, used social media extensively. So we used Facebook, we used Twitter. Almost every leader of ours or spokesperson of ours used to tweet a lot. That tweet is then picked up by the national media. We can't go and fund media, right? We can't go and get those editorials done on the media, whether it's electronic or it's the print media. But then those news bites are given when the messages are sent on Twitter. So we used Facebook, Twitter, and there. But everyone today is connected. So we used WhatsApp extensively. So we had many, within a constituency we had, not just within a constituency, even there were several teams who formed their own WhatsApp groups. I was part of about 4 or 5 groups and people just exchanged ideas. So we used, and then we never had the money to invest in building huge call centers like the other political parties did, or to invest in business intelligence tools. I think so both the mainstream political parties in these general elections, especially, they really invested heavily in IT. We did not do that. We were smart enough to use the tools available with us. And they were what? WhatsApp, Twitter, Facebook. Another important thing is where technology really helped us was, there have been issues around funding and all, and we have been raising points on political fundings of various other political parties. And we were very clear that the entire funding which we are going to take in white, that is through check or bank transfer. And then we have also said that whatever funding we are going to get, we are going to make it public. While there were people who donated us in various thousands or lakhs. But understand, our volunteer base was such which gave us tens, twenties, fifties, hundreds, and unless there is a system which can capture that who is donating and what, so that it can be publicly told, unless we use the technology part of it, I think so half of the volunteer force would have been just in writing it on a piece of paper and putting it up on the website. So technology really helped us a lot in connecting the people.
You have told me that how technology you use to win the election. Now, can you please tell me how the technology can be used to deliver the governance?
Okay. So I think so. That our e-governance framework is all about the same. But understand, let's get to these small things which we have said in our manifesto. What are we talking about? We are talking about women's security.
Right.
How can we provide security to women unless there is a constant monitoring? Okay. Of course, we are not talking about monitoring to infringe with the privacy of the people, but monitoring from the crime aspect of it. So unless we have a CCTV in place which covers every nook and corner of the city, we can't ensure women's security. Well, of course, when that is not the only piece, but that becomes the critical piece for providing the security. Sorry. So that's one. What additional things we are talking about? We are talking about building hospitals. Are hospitals going to come up in a day's time? No, there is a building which will come up. There has to be equipment which has to be supplied. The doctors have to be treated. Okay. But till the time, the people have to suffer? Of course not. So can we use telemedicine? Every hospital can't be tertiary care hospital. So, but we have got within the government setup the doctors who are specialized in various diseases. Now, of course, those doctors can't be there everywhere, but telemedicine can really help it. We are talking about schools. When a child goes to a public school, he is exposed to smart boards. Can't we use similar smart boards in the government schools? Okay. We are talking about Wi-Fi across the city. But Wi-Fi also exposes a whole lot of issues of information security. So there is a technology piece there. Okay. Everyone, now, if in case we can reach out to the people because they are connected, they have got smartphones, they have got laptops, they have got computers with them. So can't we give them systems by which they can use all their public utilities, whether payment of bills, etc., sitting right in their home? So IT not only helps us deliver a better governance, but will also help us build the transparency into the governance. And the moment there is transparency, the corruption automatically is gone. Because then anyway I'm not coming to your office to get my job done. Okay. It brings in more accountability. Okay. Because then now you can track everything. Unlike that, a letter was sent when it was received by the government office of the public servant and when the action was taken place, etc. Look, it just can't be tracked if in case just everything is physical. The moment everything is electronic, you can really track everything. Okay, and then you can make person accountable. Okay, and you cut across the cycle time in the entire movement of file. So there are I think so, in every aspect of governance, technology can play a big role. You're talking about reducing the power bills. But actually, is the power tariff the issue? Maybe yes, maybe no, I'll not comment on it. But the actual issue is what? The bills are high. Why the bills are high? Not just because of the power tariff. There is a leakage in the system. There is a metering issue. So if once you have got smart meters in place, lineman doesn't even come to your house to take the meter reading. Everything's collected automatically and the bill is generated without even any human intervention. So I think so unless these technology pieces are there in place, it is really difficult to deliver the good governance and or transparent governance. And once we build in strong systems, I think so governance can be delivered in a much better way, transparent way. And then, um, our leaders were the ones who really got the RTI Act in place. But we say that why do we wait for RTI appeal to come? Everything anyway should go to the public domain. Whatever is good to go in public domain. So once you have got governance systems in place, everything anyway is public then. We don't really have to pick and choose what to give in public domain, what not. Everything is automatically available to go into the public domain. So I think so, IT can play a big role in delivering the governance, a better governance, not just good governance.
Since you represent the IT sector and I represent the IT reseller, and we would like to ask you on behalf of IT reseller community, the steps government should take in reducing negative impact on their business by growing e-commerce or e-tailing.
Okay, so that is a contentious issue. E-tailing is a growing market, and I don't think so that for long we can sustain, or we can, keep ourselves away from e-commerce. But understand, there is a brick and mortar retail sector in place. Okay, whether it's a local kirana store or a local, PC reseller. Okay, so that model, age-old model, is there already there in place. While when e-commerce comes, there is a threat to the established retail channel. That threat is evident. The answer is yes. Are people getting affected with it negatively? The answer is yes. Now, how do we overcome it? I think so. Government has to look into it. There are two aspects of it. One is that the retailers are getting out of the job. The business is severely getting impacted. Secondly, you have to look essentially from the background that how this business is happening. So currently, the deep discounting of the product is happening, because of which buying from a local retailer becomes unviable. From consumer angle, it's good, but understand from where this money is coming from. This money is coming from a huge venture funds. So venture funds essentially should be there to fund either the infrastructure of the retailer or his business model. But when that money is taken in for the deep discounting of the products to make it more competitive, then essentially what you are doing is you are creating a monopolistic situation. You are promoting an unfair trade practice. Okay, so one is that one has to look from that angle. Secondly, from the tax collection angle also you have to look, because a billing which happens from XYZ city outside of Delhi and the goods are finally shipped in Delhi. So what is happening is that the VAT collection which was supposed to happen for a Delhi or particular state where the goods were supposed to deliver, when that state is losing the VAT. Okay, so it is affecting not just the retailers, but it is also affecting the tax collection of the government. So I think so government has to take concrete measures. There has to be a policy framework. Retailers are covered with lots and lots of policies. Whether e-tailers are, I don't think so. Possibly when GST comes into place, it's going to solve lot of puzzles. But so far it's going to be a contentious issue, not just from the tax collection point of view, but also from the point of view that how these deals are getting funded.
Thank you, Mr. Verma, for sharing your views with One India. Let us celebrate, take a celebration for the win of our party.
Sure, my pleasure.
Please do the
It's
honor.
not just the Aam Aadmi Party win, it's win for every Delhiite
Yeah.
and largely for every common man of the country. Do it this way. Done. Yeah, please. Wow, the big laddus now.
For big win.
Please. Thank you.